Tonight on the Muskie Daily, information about a fatal accident on West 40 outside of New Concord.
The crop walk hunger is strolling through New Concord.
And the volleyball team hits a hot streak. All that and more on the Muskie Daily. Good evening and welcome to the Muskie Daily. I'm Zach Vinsky.
And I'm Ashley Glazer.
Muskingum University is mourning the loss of first-year student and football player Bryce Skolk. The 18-year-old from Mansfield was killed in a head-on collision just west of campus. The accident occurred yesterday afternoon when his Honda Civic went left of center on Route 40 eastbound, striking a Dodge Caravan in the westbound lane. Skolk was not wearing a seatbelt. First responders say Skolk was alive on arrival, but rescue attempts did not succeed. Skolk was pronounced dead on the scene. The driver of the minivan, 74-year-old Mary Frances of Zanesville, was taken to Genesis Hospital where she was reported to be in stable condition. Ohio State Highway Patrol Trooper Joshua Weaver believes the outcome could have been different had Skolk worn a seatbelt.
He may have survived. It would have possibly minimized any injuries. There was still room in the passenger compartment that would have kept him from hitting the steering wheel. The airbags did go off in the vehicle, but it didn't do any. Seatbelt would have definitely kept him from hitting the steering wheel itself.
Muskingum University held a prayer service in memory of Skolk Wednesday night. University and counselors and chaplain are available to students affected by the tragedy. We will now take a moment of silence in remembrance of Bryce Skolk.
Apathy is a big issue here on campus. A Senate representative is leading a charge to get a committee together and get people to come to more events on campus. Orbit Media News correspondent Marty Kurtz gives some more details and who will be involved.
Academic representative of Student Senate Daniel Barr has suggested creating a student involvement committee on campus. The committee would get together and find different ways to get students involved in different clubs and activities. Barr suggests that Student Senate is one of the many organizations that deals with the student apathy.
A lot of times we have to do petitions to get people in. No one seems to be running anymore. Crying out loud, some of our exec board was ran out unopposed. And that, to me, that's kind of scary. That shows a disinterest in our community that we're trying to build as Muskingum students.
Barr cites a monthly discussion group he's involved in as a point of inspiration to get this committee started. The committee would have an open discussion group where there would be a judgment-free environment for students and New Concord residents to speak openly. While the committee isn't officially formed, it is still being worked on. For Orbit Media News, I'm Marty Kurtz.
Sophomore class president Jason Schomleffel has brought a possible task force to delve into the campus food programs in front of Student Senate. His goal is to create a task force to address issues with food on campus. During the 2014 and 2015 academic year, he passed around a petition on campus and in 4 days compiled 1,665 signatures. On Wednesday, September 16th, he met with the Director of Food Services. Topics of discussion included the possibility of meal exchanges in the Wynn Cafe, how to make the bait shop line move quicker, and healthier food options in general.
Camp Muskie is returning this year to campus due to its high success during the fall of 2014. According to Director of International and Multicultural Student Services and Special Programs Valerie Smith, said that they had a turnout of 50 students last fall. The event was held in October and students had the opportunity to bring their own camping gear. This year, students can sign up on OrgSync and rent a tent if they would like to. Muskie Camp will be held September 26th through the 27th. And is open to all students.
The Crop Hunger Walk is strolling back through New Concord on October 4th. The walk is an annual event that has been held on the Muskingum Stadium track in past years. The Crop Hunger Walk is to bring awareness to locals about the struggles some countries have getting fresh food and water. Muskingum University chaplain Will Mullins explains.
We drink when we're thirsty. Many people in the world have to walk to a place that has clean, available water.
The Crop Hunger Walk starts with registration at 1:30 and the walk at 2 o'clock. Muskingum University students are suggested to meet at Brown Chapel, and the walk will start at the New Concord Methodist Church parking lot. The New Concord local churches will provide refreshments at the Village Green.
Terminate down by the Village Green. Okay. And what we're hoping is that, the last I heard this is the case, some of the local churches, Westminster Presbyterian, the United Methodist Church here, College Drive, would provide some refreshments. Okay. And there'd be some tables down there, and there'd be people that would pass out some refreshments right as the walk kind of ends down there by the Village Green.
The New Concord coffee shop, known as the Crumb and Cup, is adding several new items to their menu. Pat Mullen has been the owner of the Crumb and Cup since May 2015 and has been gradually adding new items to the shop's menu ever since.
We took over from the previous owners, and they had a menu which we kept pretty much the same. We've made gradual changes as we've gone and expanded what we have here.
Some of the new items being added include cookies, snickerdoodles, and oatmeal. Mullen says that the Crumb and Cup will be also adding a new drink every Wednesday in addition to new items being added to the menu. Mullen says that a few of the menu's items, including some coffees, will be removed. Mullen says that he hopes to bring some events to the coffee shop in the future.
We'll be taking a short break, but when we return, we'll take a look at an emotional return at a Cleveland airport.
That and more coming up next.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
It was an emotional reunion at the Cleveland airport. Army explosives expert John Nurges and his canine partner, a best friend, thought he was gone forever.
The anticipation after nearly 3 years apart.
There he is.
And with eyes tearing up, the reunion.
Come here, buddy. Come here. I know. I was actually gone for so long this time.
But it would take no time for Army Specialist Clevelander John Nurges and his canine partner Ranger to pick up where they left off.
It looks like he's taking possession. Do you think?
Yep. He remembers.
And John will always remember their years serving together in Afghanistan. The two never leaving each other's side, surviving firefights and locating explosive devices, saving the lives of so many others.
It's scary. I mean, so, a couple times, I'd be searching down a road. It would just be me and the dog. And there was a lot of times, when we get shot at and then I had to call him back. And he always came back. He was really good at that.
But when the deployment was over in 2012, the two would be separated. John got to go home, never sure where Ranger would go.
It was pretty tough. I mean, I kept on hearing that he was getting moved here, he was getting moved there, and I always just felt like I was one step behind. And
that is until Greg Meredith stepped in.
It's almost surreal.
He runs a well-known kennel in Virginia where Ranger and other military dogs were, as he puts it, abandoned more than a year ago, ordered to be disposed of eventually. But one by one, with help from another rescue out of Texas, they're getting the dogs back to their soldiers. For Ranger, it would be after he lost his tail when embedded shrapnel caused a life-threatening infection.
It's bittersweet for me because I miss him. And he was a good friend of mine.
And so after a final kiss for Greg, you can see his true home is wherever his soldier is, and that would be Cleveland.
Now he gets to go be a dog now.
Protesters in Cincinnati are outraged after police used stun guns on them during a demonstration. Police say that they had to get the crowd under control. Julie O'Neill has the story.
When I came down the street and I looked at people are looking at the police like, do something here.
Colonel Dave Bailey says it started as people peacefully exercising their rights, for which they shut down Vine Street, but says this took a turn that started to trample on others' rights on busy Calhoun Street.
Now you can imagine on Saturday night what the street looked like. Businesses, people all over, traffic. It seemed to the police that the intent of the group really changed at that point from a Sam DuBose tribute to this was going to be an interruption.
This video posted on social media shows the moment things really escalated as police arrested 4 men, including this man they tased when Bailey says they were repeatedly told they would have to march on the sidewalk.
We respect the right to protest, and we get that, but when we're tying up traffic, affecting businesses, and taunting, and there's a lot of that went on along the route, you know, participants really were more concerned with taunting police than anything else.
When you hear about college students running, trying to get out of here because of this kind of thing going on, how does that affect you?
It makes me fear for my business. I mean, if people don't want to be in this neighborhood because of protesters or they don't feel safe in the neighborhood, they're not going to come to my business nor any others up here.
An unplanned exit, a rubber ducky-shaped tomato, and a Good Samaritan earns free pizza for a year. Jamie Graydon reports on Take a Look at This.
They planned how to get in, but these 2 suspected diamond thieves didn't plan their escape.
The plan didn't work. It wasn't going to work. It wasn't thought out well.
After grabbing jewelry from a Kenwood, Ohio jewelry store, police say this diamond-stealing duo tried to escape down the stairs, but the stairs don't connect to the parking garage where their getaway car was parked. So they allegedly jumped on the elevator, where they got stuck and then arrested. Here's a tomato that's just too fun to eat.
I put him down and I thought, oh, well, to me he looks like a duck.
Grown in Michigan, this rubber ducky-shaped tomato is a first for the longtime gardeners.
A lot of times you'll find a tomato that's kind of joined, but never one with the beak.
The couple have no plans to slice him up and just hope he makes people smile. This Good Samaritan definitely made his Domino's delivery driver smile after finding and returning $1,300 found in his box of wings.
And about 5 a.m. I got home from work and looked at my refrigerator and pulled out what I thought was wings, and turned out to be $1,300.
After returning the money, the store says he's earned himself free pizza for a year, and he plans to collect. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jamie Graydon.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
To the Muskie Daily. Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. Tonight will be clear with a temperature of 51 degrees. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high of 81 degrees. Tomorrow night we'll have some patchy fog throughout the evening and will be clear with a little chilly breeze and a low of 52 degrees. Now here's a look at your extended weather forecast. That's it for your weather. We'll take a short break, then be back with your Muskie Sports Update here on the Muskie Daily. Welcome back, and here is a look at your Muskie Sports Update. Muskingum's men's soccer team fell 2-0 to the number 2 ranked Kenyon Lords on September 22nd at McConaughey Stadium. The Lords scored midway into the first half at the 27th minute with a goal from Tony Amolo. Gabe Crowell had a total of 9 saves between the pipes for Muskingum. Freshman strikers Chase Hilliard and Gage Toy combined for 4 of the 7 shots on the night for Muskingum. The Muskies are now 2-4 and will travel to Bethany, West Virginia to start their 4-game road trip on September 24th to take on the Bison of Bethany College. Thanks for watching the Muskie Daily. Make sure to tune in to 96-204 tomorrow night for another update. And pick up a copy of the Black and Magenta for a more in-depth look at this week's stories.